Hi guys, happy Friday. It's snowing like crazy here in September, which just is a little crazy to me. But I'm wondering how everybody's doing this week. I know that second week back at school, second week back at work, I feel like I drug myself into Friday. Exhausted, tired, irritable. I kind of had a day yesterday where I was so grouchy and so overwhelmed that I felt like my family was going to hide in the closets to avoid me. So this morning I took some time and I thought, you know what, I got to come back to what I know about how to find more time, because that is what I'm hearing from everybody this week. When I ask, how are you? I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm worn out, and I just need more time. So I want to go through kind of a few ideas of how I'm getting through this. So the first thing is we need to really think about, how do you want to feel? And the way that I like to think about this is, when you think about the best version of you, when you think about how you really want to feel. And I noticed that in the summer, it's easy to find that, right? We find that piece of ourselves that says, okay, you know what? I feel relaxed. I'm funny. I'm creative. I have time for my friends. That's how I want to feel. I want to feel creative. I want to feel connected. I want to feel like I'm doing what's important in my life, that I'm doing good things. And the first thing we need to do is just acknowledge that if the way you want to feel and the way you're feeling right now are pretty different, then you might want to think about a few of the things I'm about to talk about, because I'm going to. I felt like this needed to come with a little bit of a disclaimer that the reason I'm talking about this is not because I have it all figured out, but it's because these are the things that I work on every day throughout my life, and I cycle back around and try to figure this out. So one of the things I got into this year was gardening, and it's something that I just absolutely love, and I think that it gives us a lot of reflection about life. And I started thinking about, what do you want to plant in your life garden? So what are the things that are really important to you? And when I think about what's really important, these are the things that you want to know. What would you go back into a burning building for? What are the things that you daydream about when you think about your ideal life? Having that time and that space, what does it look like for you? What are the things that are really important? And when I think about my life's garden, I have 5 things. My family, so important. When I think about my friends, I have a rocking group of friends, and I see some of them on watching. These are the people that lift me up, that call me out on my crazy. These people are gems, and they've gotten me through the last 30 years of my life, and I just appreciate them so much. My health, the older I get and the more that I see friends and family going through health crises, I realize that now's the time that I have to really start to think about what I eat and how I move and looking after my body. Freedom and flexibility, something I daydream about. It's really important to me to have space and time and to feel that connection to my own freedom and being able to just follow what feels good in that day. That's really important to me. And my last is learning. I have a passion for learning. I love doing it every day, and I love learning why people do what they do and why I do what I do, and just trying to make life better. So those are my 5 pillars. And when I think about my life garden, those are the plants that we want to plant first. Those are the things that we want to have room to grow. And then everything else that you're going to plant in your garden is either going to fertilize those first plants, or it's going to choke them out. So we need to be really aware of, what are we doing to those important plants, and are we giving them our attention that they really deserve? There's those necessary plants, right? So we can't just necessarily focus all of our attention on the things that make us feel good and the things that we love to do. There's those kind of necessary things, like we got to pay the bills, and we got to make meals, and we got to clean our house, and we have to have a place to live, and we need to work. So those are the things that can pop up kind of as weeds, because they might not be very fun. They might not be those things that we really like doing. And I thought about it myself, and I thought, what are my weeds? Well, paying bills is one. I don't find it fun. And I think about it's just kind of watching the money go out of your bank account. So I often used to ignore it. I would let the bills pile up, and they were always in my kitchen so that I didn't forget about them. But as the bills piled up, I realized that they were always kind of on the back of my mind. And I thought, oh, I got to deal with those. Oh, I've got to do that. Sometimes it's forms from school. Sometimes it's, that email that you have to return. So think about those things that kind of pop up as weeds. And the best way to deal with them is don't let them overtake your garden. Don't drag them around with you everywhere they go. And then they start to spew themselves. Pull them out, deal with them right away, get it done, and get on with it. So think about your weeds, those things that just look at them, deal with them, and move on, because they suck your energy. So then we want to talk about managing your energy. So when I think about finding more time, we often talk about time management. Can we do more things? Can we get up earlier? Can we make a list? Can we work through it? And what I notice is that when I do those things, I tend to feel burnt out at the thought of it. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that way. But when I think about my own energy, everybody has a cycle. Everybody has a pattern. Some of us are morning people that love to wake up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not one of those people. I never have been. I've heard about people that get up, they exercise first thing in the morning. I notice when I get up really early and I exercise first thing in the morning, my thoughts are negative. I hate the workout. I hate everyone else who is working out. I hate my coach. I hate everything. And that negative, heavy yuck stays with me as I go into my day. So think about, what's your cycle? When do you have the most energy? When you don't have a lot of energy, that's when you need to think about making accommodations. For me, I don't have a lot of energy in the morning. So I need my coffee. I need to make sure that I know what I'm going to wear that day. I need to make sure that my lunch is already packed. I need to make sure that the coffee is already on and brewing, because if I think that I'm going to get up 15 minutes earlier and try to get all these things done, it just won't happen because my energy is low. My focus in the morning is on what are the things that I do that are going to give me more energy to get through my day. Insert your core feelings. Insert those things that are really important. For me, I deliberately insert learning into every morning. I listen to podcasts that motivate me and lift me up. I make sure that I connect with my family every morning, just even for 30 seconds, right? Hope you have a great day. I make sure that I kind of get that connection. At the end of the day, that's actually when I have my best energy. So if I need to do creative work or I need to come up with new ideas, my best time is in the evening when I don't have all of the busyness and all of the distractions. So just start thinking about when is your best energy and putting your time towards what's really important for you. We also want to be aware of energy drains. So thinking about what are the things that suck your energy? What are the things that really kind of hold you back? So when I think about energy drains, for me, I think about the to-do list that never ends. So managing my weeds, that's a big one for me. The other one is I need to be super aware of social media. When I'm kind of in a negative slump, this is when I often grab my phone and I start looking at Instagram, I start looking at Facebook, and I start comparing my life to everybody else's and thinking, wow, they seem to really have it together way more than I do. And I notice that time goes by. I end up feeling heavy and crappy and not happy with how my life is going when I do that. So just be aware of those things that suck your energy, whether it's sometimes people. So sometimes you don't have to answer that email. You don't have to answer that text. You don't have to answer that phone call. If you need to create some boundaries around relationships so that you can help preserve your energy, and on a good day when your energy is high, then you can help be that person to lift someone else up. But on a day where you're not feeling super strong, don't hesitate to create some boundaries around those relationships. Say, you know what, I'm just not available today. And pull back from it. Just nurture your own energy. The next one, you want to nurture your garden. So this is things like we don't always have an hour to sit down for a family meal during the week when things are crazy and busy. But really think about those key times. If family is one of your key focuses, if it's something that you really want to nurture, be really aware of the first 5 minutes you see your family. If you're dealing with your weeds, if you're paying bills online and you're cranky and your family walks in and the first time they see you, you have a crabby look on your face and you're not available, the message that you give to your family is, this is more important than you are, and this is what needs my attention right now. And you'll notice if you don't engage with someone in the first 5 seconds that you see them, they're going to just walk past and they'll continue on with their day. And sometimes, they don't create a big fuss. They don't intrude. They don't have a big meltdown or a tantrum, but you lose that opportunity for connection. And it's those little points of connection. It's those little texts during the day to say, I'm thinking about you, or, how did your test go today? Make sure that you're building in those times to nurture the things that are really important to you. If you've booked your schedule like crazy and one of your core foundations is you want flexibility and you want space, but you keep overbooking yourself, I truly believe the universe just says, you know what, I don't think you really want this. So really set up some routines so that you're nurturing the things that you're finding important in your life. I really think about setting up triggers. So for me, you'll notice today my hair's in a ponytail. I'm wearing my workout clothes. One of the things I'm aware of is that when my energy starts to slump, if I don't have a plan and some ideas in my head or in my routine to remind me, you need to go to the gym today and you've made this commitment, sometimes that pillar of health that is important to me will fall away. Because as my energy starts going down, it's easy for me to dismiss those things. So I put my workout clothes on. I put them on at 10 o'clock this morning, even though I'm not going to the gym till 5. So as I'm doing my creative work, I have this knowledge in my head, this commitment that I've made by putting on my workout clothes that you are going to get your butt there today. Because I know that if health is one of my core beliefs and one of my core feelings, I need to make sure that that's on my agenda to help look after myself. So just setting up, whether it's pictures, whether it's setting your water bottle out, whether it's pictures of your family and putting them in your office, so you remind yourself, this is why I need to let my schedule go. This is why I need to leave at 5 o'clock, because the reason I'm doing this is to nurture my family. The reason that I took this job was because it ended at 5 o'clock and I could be there for my kids. So stick to that. To wrap it all up, we need to stop wearing the badge busy. We need to stop thinking that we need to manage our time better, do more, make checklists, and get it all done. We don't need to. What we really need to do is get really clear about what's important to us. We need to get really clear about when our best energy happens during our day and put our energy into that time. We need to be aware that we can clear the clutter. We can get rid of some of the expectations. We can weed the garden, give it to somebody else, put it off the plate, and get back to what is really important. Nurture your garden, keep focused, quit with the time management. And if we can really support each other in getting back to not being so busy, getting back to your friends and your family and feeling good and feeling like the best version of yourself, this is going to be the secret. So hope you have an awesome weekend. Reflect on it, come up with a plan for next week, nurture yourself, and I'm going to get my butt to the gym. So have a great weekend. Thanks so much.